Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This time I'm talking about something that is huge in emotional intelligence and even being an emotionally intelligent parent. So this is all about triggers for our kids, things that trigger them or spark them into having a blow up or a big emotion, or even things like anxiety and nervousness. So the common triggers for kids, this is really important for us to know and to be aware of as parents so that we can help guide our kids through these massive emotional times. Remember, I talk probably way too much about how our kids' brains are under construction. They just don't have a lot of the map yet that allows them to really navigate these times and adjust their emotions and regulate those behaviors and things like that. So a lot of the kind of work that has to be done is from our point of view, so that we can help be aware of what triggers our kids, what their patterns of behavior are, how they usually react, and how we can help kind of shape those behaviors so that we can help them grow into confident, self-aware adults who have that behavioral self-control and that they can just manage themselves well, because they're going to need it when they're at school, in friendships, in relationships, and beyond. Think about when they're much older and they're going for job interviews or they're in the workplace. So let's talk about common triggers for our kids, okay? I'd love you guys to think about, when I go through some of these, does this resonate with you? And do you go, oh my God, this is so common for my son, or my daughter does that one? Yes. Okay, so let's go through them all. First one is a common trigger: being told a flat no by a parent or someone else. So if they want something and we say, no, not today, no way, put it back, that's it, no more, stop. That can obviously be a massive trigger for our kids to have that kind of, it's like a stress response. They get frustrated or angry or whatever it is. So being told a flat no. Another one is when we give our kids a demand or a request, especially if we give it with no warning or no kind of meaningful reason for them to do it, which I know us as parents, we often do it because we know what is about to happen during the day, where we have to go, we know deadlines, and our kids don't. So sometimes when we're like, oh my God, turn the TV off, get in the car, we're late, that's like a trigger. The next one is when our kids feel like they have to wait too long for something. Kids are not good at waiting. Patience is one of those higher complex thinking skills that's in the upstairs part of the brain. It is developing. So we need to understand that our kids don't really do well with being patient. Sometimes they do, other times it's just really hard to wait for something that they really want. Another one is when we don't follow up on a promised activity. Like if we say we're going to go somewhere and we don't, or it rains, or we can't, or we've run out of something that they can't have. So that can just be a cause of massive frustration too for our kids, and they just often don't understand why. Another one is when there's like a sudden noise or sensory stimulation. Sometimes that can trigger our kids. If we don't know this, if we're unaware, we're going to be like, what is your problem? Calm down, it's not a big deal. What is going wrong? What's wrong with you? Some of those phrases are what I hear parents say when I'm coaching them, and they say, oh my God, I say that. I say, what's wrong with you? Or it's not a big deal, get over it. So we have to be aware that for our kids, sometimes those loud noises or bright lights or sensory kind of things will trigger them. Another one is the end of a favorite activity. This could be like TV or the iPad or something that they're absorbed in doing. When that ends or finishes, or there's no more, or we have to go, then that can be triggering for them as well, especially kids who really do struggle with making transitions throughout their day. Another one is common trigger is an upsetting thought. Can't find my words. An upsetting thought. So that might be, our kids have worries, they have stress. It's just different to ours as parents. That can be a cause of a rising of emotion for them. Another one is an unexpected change in routine. So sort of like what I was talking about before with the end of a favorite activity. If there's a change in routine that they didn't see coming, this can be really stressful or overwhelming for some of our kids, and that might trigger a meltdown or an emotional reaction. This is a good one. Lack of attention and connection. Ooh, I see this with my kids. It can be like an everyday thing. I realize if I don't fill my kids' cups, if I don't spend time with them and connect with them and listen to them and get into their world, they can be triggered at the drop of a hat and have some massive reaction. And I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And then I think, oh, okay, I haven't connected with you. I haven't given you my attention. And kids kind of like see love in terms of time and connection, if that makes sense. So that can be a trigger for them when they don't get enough of it. And here is the last one: failure, disappointment, or not winning. This can be very tough for some of our kids, even older kids, when they don't win, if they miss out on something, if something fails that they had their heart set on, that can be a huge trigger. Triggers an emotional reaction. It might be an outward anger, kind of, being rude or kicking the back of your seat on the way home from school, or it could be a more subtle inward one, going inside, not talking, being really quiet and just kind of imploding and being really upset about it. So all this stuff, what I'm trying to get across to you is there can be so many triggers for our kids. They are not equipped to deal with them like we are. And even some days we suck at managing our triggers, or at least I do. I will put my hand up and say, yes, some days are shockers. So it's just about raising your awareness of triggers and what triggers your kids. They will have patterns for sure if you have a look. Noticing how you react or respond to when your kids are triggered. How does it make you feel? What kind of response do you give? And then looking at how you can more like coach or guide your kids through this stuff, rather than just saying, it's not a big deal, get over it, calm down, you shouldn't feel like that, go to your room if you're going to cry, I don't want to see you angry about this. Instead of all that, like wipe that to the side and get in the thick of just connecting with them and coaching them through problem solving, how to move through those triggered feelings or the disappointment or the anger. There is so much we can do. And I'm here if you guys want to reach out, if you need any support. You will find all my links down the bottom of this video here. And I would love you guys to subscribe so that you don't miss any other videos on emotional intelligence, kids, parenting, behavior, emotions, all that awesome stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. All right, have a good day. Bye.